I love the outdoors. That's sort of how I got involved in this business in the first place. I was working actually for the National Park Service at Voyageurs National Park in northern Minnesota. And at the time, there was this elderly man called Bill Hafman who figured out how to build birch bark canoes in a traditional way. And so I would drive down on my weekends and learn from Bill.
The Minnesota wilderness taught Larry Edwards what school couldn't. Patience, resourcefulness, being in tune with surroundings, everything a geochemist would need to make history.
My father, as he got older, used to say, well, rowing is like getting old. You look back, but you pull forward.
Raised in a biracial, multicultural family in Boston, Edwards grew up with broad interests: art, medicine, but it was earth science that won in the end. With a PhD in geochemistry from Caltech, Edwards set his sights on the greatest threat to the forests of Minnesota: climate change.
Understanding climate change meant Edwards needed a way to see far back into climate history, to a time long before humans began to influence it. Carbon dating, the standard method of time-stamping geological samples, could look back about 50,000 years. But Edwards wanted to go farther, to understand the impact of ice ages and other long-term climate cycles.
Just imagine, albeit in the natural environment, if you were to have the last million years of time at your disposal, what you might see.
The solution came from space. The memory of an old project studying meteorites inspired Edwards to investigate a rare form of uranium that would, at a known rate, decay into an element called thorium.
And so the methods I developed are 100,000 times more sensitive than the previous method. So all of a sudden, you had the possibility of getting very, very precise timelines to all of these events in the past.
With uranium-thorium dating, Edwards revolutionized our view of Earth's climate system, making it possible to look back an incredible 700,000 years.
Edwards turned his new technique on fossilized coral, uncovering patterns connecting sea level rise to the timing of the ice ages. Next, he went underground, applying his methods to stalagmites, which record evidence of climate events as they grow over hundreds of thousands of years.
We've got this incredible record of the coming and going of monsoon rainfall in China over this time period, decade by decade.
With this remarkable ability to reconstruct history with such precision and accuracy, Edwards found a pattern linking weather events to major cultural shifts. An 11th century wet period marked the golden age of the Northern Song dynasty in China, while a relentless drought 6 centuries later ended the Ming dynasty. Edwards' groundbreaking methods give us a new perspective as we look back on human history, and his work is proving critical to understanding the global climate emergency as we look forward.
One thing that I really get excited about is how things work. How does the Earth work? How is it that we can get climate and time out of this little deposit in a cave? And we can put that in perspective of what we're seeing now and what we're predicting for the future.